Alright, hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Total War Warhammer 2. We are back at this game. I can't wait, because I have finally got my grubby old hands on Curse of the Vampire Coast. And that is what we are going to be playing through today. Katie Cat! Yarr, Captain! Here be my peas of 8. Now let's swig some grog and plunder to the seas, and send the scurvy dogs to the deeps. I quite agree with that sentiment. So we are going to be doing a new campaign. I did set up a straw poll to determine which one, and the results were actually really quite close. It was basically, should we play the Vortex or the Mortal Empires campaign? Vortex, let's see the Vampire Coast special campaign, because like the Tomb Kings, they have their own victory conditions, and then Mortal Empires, I just want all the things. And winning with 57% of the vote, it was really quite close, was the Vortex campaign. So that is what we are going to be doing.
I am Tyrion, heir of Anarion.
So there are a couple of new people. Before we get to the Vampire Coast people, there was also a free Elsi released with this, which adds a new Dark Elf commander.
Kraken Lord of Karrrrrnanessa,
who apparently gets bonuses with the Black Arcs. The Black Arcs, of course, being the Dark Elven naval unit, and they're really quite powerful. So he gets their usual bonuses, and then also can settle in Savannah, can settle in Jungle, gets more income from slave pens and slave markets. Every major Black Port will allow recruitment of the Black Arc, which means he doesn't build Black Arcs with the Ritual, and then also his Black Arc Corsairs are cheaper. So that's pretty cool, and it's always nice when they release free things. Like, I heartily approve of that. Right, let's have a look at the Vampire Coast people.
all fear the Pirate King.
So this is Hakan. He is one of the... Wow, he just shot me. Potential people. I like how the camera actually goes... That's cool. So, the race attributes. Infamy and loyalty. Destroy, sack and raid to build a reputation at sea, whilst keeping the ambitious commanders loyal and trustworthy by imparting riches and wealth to them. Pirate coves. Gain infamy and leech wealth from unsuspecting settlement owners where these hideouts have been formed. Extra powder. Boost the firepower missile units can output in battle while they have high levels of ammunition at their disposal. So one thing which will quickly become apparent is if you liked the sheer firepower that the Dwarves and Empire could put out, I suspect that these are going to be the new gunpowder raged gods. I'm not sure that they're still going to match up against like the Wood Elves in terms of just sheer ranged output, but they're definitely going to be up there. Like, they have a lot of artillery, they have a lot of guns, and they have a lot of abilities which make their guns even better. And I think that Hakan in particular will be focusing on that. You get plus 8 leadership fighting against the Lizardmen. You have a Diplo relations hit with the Lizardmen. Melee defense of all lords and heroes is increased by 6 for all lords and heroes, as I just said. And then he himself, Hakan's mind is fractured. Any one of his myriad different personalities may seize control. Okay. Plus 25% magic resistance for all of his units, because he himself was corrupted by magic and cannot use it. And then he also provides plus 3 vampire corruption in all provinces. And he begins with bloated corpses, which cause terror. They're aquatic, and it's a big monster bad guy. Oh, these are the guys that explode. Yeah, they're like the... If you've ever played Serious Sam, you've got the headless bombers, which are literally guys who've had their heads removed and then their hands replaced with bombs, and they just run screaming at the enemy. Ah! Yeah, it's like them. Deck droppers, flying pistol cavalry. I like the sound of that already. Oh, pistoliers. I used to love them in tabletop. And then Morngulls, monstrous infantry, armor-piercing anti-infantry, cause terror and stalking. The next option is Count Noctilus.
The Dread Fleet comes for you.
His faction abilities are gain war declaration missions with unique rewards. Pirate crew recruitment capacity plus 2, so he can recruit stuff faster, I guess. Recruitment duration -1 for the Necrofex Colossus. So he can basically recruit these guys in like 1 turn, I guess. Upkeep reduction of 20% for all Necrofex Colossus units. And then also weapon strength plus 15% for large units, so he's going to really pack a punch with the big guys. J-Modo Dragon, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Did I hear Luther is bugged and he has all the powers from the start? Not sure if that's still an aberration or not. I don't know. This is literally the first time that I have loaded this up. Down with the sparrow. Long live the fish. So, he gets the Depth Guard, who are armoured anti-infantry aquatics. Aquatic, I think, means that they ignore shallow water, which might be... Okay, so despite this being a pirate update with ships and navies and things like that, I don't know how much naval interaction there really is going to be, because we'll talk about that more in the game. So I'm kind of curious how they handle that, because I've not actually seen any gameplay of this or anything like that, so no spoilers. So he gets the Depth Guard. And Necroflex Colossus is an armor-piercing missile, armor-piercing, causing terror, and he can fire while moving. And he's a missile monster, apparently, who apparently does 15% more extra damage as well. And then the Zombie Pirate Gonnery Mob. So this is what I was talking about with the guys with lots of guns. These ones are pistols. They can also get muskets, which are long-ranged. Meat Shield, Aquatic, and they can fire while moving. They're also a big unit, 160. And then Arrrrnanessa Saltspite.
Blood, salt, and plunder!
She is the leader of the Pirates of Sartosa, which if you've been watching any of the series where Bussy and I have been doing, there's a special place in our hearts for Sartosa, so of course we're going to be playing as them first. This will be my choice today. She has minus 100 relations with the Norscan tribes, because according to the lore, I believe that she is in fact a Norscan who was exiled from the Norscan tribes and moved to the Empire. And that's why she has a lot of mutations and things. Sorry, rewind a little bit. She was exiled from the Norscan tribes for being mutated. Heavily mutated by chaos. So there we go. Income from raiding, plus 50%. I approve of that. Chance of finding treasure maps, plus 25%. Income from sacking settlements, plus 20%. I'm liking this already. And then she has a leadership aura effect, plus 12. So long as she is nearby, then units are very unlikely to break. And bearing in mind that these are undead, so they don't break, they just start to disintegrate. So the units near her are far less likely to start disintegrating. She has a weapon strength of plus 20% for all Sartosan units in her army, and then also a melee attack of plus 8 for all Sartosan units. I don't know if that just means the Sartosan Free Company, or if that literally means her entire army. I'm not sure. So she starts with the Rotting Prometheans, who are armoured, armour-piercing, defender, and aquatic. There are only 12 of them. They're large units. They have, whoa, 120 armour. That's more than, like, Chaos Knights. That's insane. Deck Gunners, armour-piercing missiles, aquatic. So these are the ones who I believe... No, these are something else. I don't actually know what these guys are. There's only 32 of them. Okay, cool. A lot of missile damage, 48. And then the Sartosa Free Company, who are anti-infantry, vanguard deployment, and aquatic. So these are kind of like the Free Company that the Empire gets, but beefed up quite substantially. I don't think they have pistols anymore, but they do even more damage in close combat. And from what Sergei is telling me, they are pretty awesome. Deck Gunners are sniper-esque units. Oh, okay, cool. And yeah, her animations just look fantastic, because she does in fact have a peg leg and a swordfish leg. But she is super nimble, as is in fact being shown right here.
Madam Captain Celestra Delphin.
And then finally, we have Celestra Delphin, not Finn, because she's French, she's a Bretonnian. She has plus 2 loyalty for all new recruits. That's the generals. The generals are less likely to turn from her. 20% upkeep reduction for Cyrene and Morngol units, and then recruitment cost also reduced for those. She has a 5% physical resistance for all of her units in the army, and then all of her units also do magical attacks. So if you ever come up against a Vampire Count army who has a lot of wraiths, you will just chew through those guys like they are butter. Interesting thing about Celestra, she, from the descriptions, might actually match up to Magdamundi in terms of sheer magical ability. Like, she seems to have a lot of magic, and because she is a wraith, she is very resistant to physical damage, but very, very vulnerable to magical. So, yeah, if I didn't have a thing going with Sartosa, I'd probably try them. She can also, and that is not listed for some reason, summon a unit of Wraith Knights Errant or Questing Knights. No, not Knights Errant. Yeah, it's Knights of the Realm. She can summon a unit of Knights of the Realm or Questing Knights, which I think are also Wraiths like she is, or Ghostly, or something like that. Because she is a Bretonnian, she was a Bretonnian opera singer who was sent by the Bretonnians to the High Elves of Lothan as kind of a diplomatic envoy and died on the way, and basically screamed as she was dying and hated the fact that she didn't make it to her gig on time and is still trying to get there apparently to this day. So yeah, she starts with a cannonade, armor-piercing missiles, anti-large. These guys are basically Empire cannons, but I think they're less accurate, but they do more damage or something like that. Then we have the Sirens, who are armor-piercing, ethereal, causing terror and enthralling attacks, and they're going to have very high physical resistance, or, yeah, physical resist. And then the Mourngulls, who are monstrous infantry. They have armor-piercing, anti-infantry, cause terror, and stalk. I think that's the same as one of these guys had. Anyway, we are going to do Arrrrnanessa Saltspite. I'm going to start this on hard, because I've never played any of these factions before. I'm going to hit play. There's probably going to be a cinematic, so I'll shut up for that. And we'll go on from there.
They say Wulfhart's ship, the Vengeance, is sunk. 60 cannons and 200 souls lost to the deep. They say it was a fell storm that took her, or some say it was pirates from the Maelstrom. They say she was lost here, in the realm of Luther Hakan. And to trespass in these waters is to invite death on board. But then they know nothing.
You waste our time.
Wait! This is the map you are looking for, crafted by Captain Jacob Wulfhart himself. I beg your patience, for its secrets are easily missed. Mathlanka, Semga. Witness Wulfhart's obsession, a life spent chasing tavern stories and myths. Sightings, eyewitness accounts, 100 shipwrecks named and dated. Like you, Wulfhart knew it was no storm or jagged rocks that caused their demise. It was the Tide Maker, the ancient merworm. The elves named it Aminar.
Wulfhart's ship, where is it?
Ah, yes, its final resting place. It was here he fought the beast, a fight to the death. All but one of his crew were lost. It was he who marked the map with this cross. The vengeance lies here. And if the story runs true, a weapon lies with her. A weapon to kill the unkillable. To challenge the beast is to challenge the sea itself, cursing all that sail with its retribution. Ulthuan sought infamy for killing the beast, but the question remains, why would your kind seek it?
Why all these stalls? We go hunt. Yes, hunt beasts. Us, no barra. Get moving.
Captain, we have the map. What are your orders?
Kill the beast. Resurrect the beast. Rule the waves!
So lots of people in chat there talking about killing Cthulhu. That looks a lot more like Jormungandr, the worm that's due to kill the beast, kill the world in Ragnarok. Viking mythology, oh! Is there tea in this world? There is tea in this world. And Feto Padden, thank you very much for the follow. Is she a Britannian? No, she is in fact a Norscan who is now in the Empire. I should totally have been reading that. Oh well.
The dead wash against the hull of the swordfish, and vampires come to consort. Sent by my father, in preparation for the challenges to come. It is a gift I'm reluctant to accept. But if I am to face elves, then a preternatural edge is needed. There, Ulthuan's wealth is ripe for plunder. I have crossed swords with the princes of Ivris and Calador, and it will please me greatly to spite them once more. But the Sea Father hasn't sent me the undead merely to infuriate the elves, for there are riches to gather on the coasts of Araby. The full tombs of the Desert Kings to loot, as well as greenskin hordes to raid. Only then will I turn the swordfish homeward, to Sartosa, with holds full of gold. Of course, the true treasure is out there, upon the open seas, and only the most infamous will steal it.
Yeah, I think technically the Sartosa is Empire. Technically, though it's not. It's a dubious link. It's a very dubious link. But like in terms of culture and everything like that, it's Empire. Hence, she also gets the militia specials. Alright, how they play. The Pirates of Sarrrrtosa. Amanor. Beneath the waves, an ancient beast stirs. Having laid dormant for millennia, many seek to kill it, while others wish to command its almighty strength for themselves. Only through the use of the ancient sea shanty and a legendary weapon can you hope to fell the creature and satisfy this campaign's victory conditions. Pirate crews and shipbuilding. Enlist and expand your crew via pirate settlements or from your legendary lord's flagship. Your lord operates as a mobile fighting and construction platform, independent from normal empire building and able to recruit or construct from their flagship at sea or on land without the need of a settlement. Infamy. To become a legendary pirate, you must first acquire infamy through your actions. Defeating armies, capturing settlements, and establishing pirate coves will increase infamy levels. In doing so, your ranking on the list of infamous pirates will improve, rising towards the top and drawing the attention of legendary pirates in possession of the powerful verses of the lost sea shanties needed for victory. Pirate coves can provide a steady income and other benefits from settlements owned by other factions. These coves can be secretly developed at any port settlement, leeching from the current occupants, though they will be blissfully unaware of your activities. Ulthuan, unprotected. Capture and occupy a settlement belonging to the following faction, Ivres. That's these chaps, I think. Yes. Mistress, the Dark Elves' assault across Ulthuan has distracted the Azure. You should strike and take their settlements while the chaos lasts. And that will gain us a bunch of money and also some infamy. Mission issued. Find the hidden treasure by solving the treasure map's riddle using the dig for treasure with your army or hero. The god of tricks has left the treasures within, but unless you're an elf, do not worry that trespassing here is a sin. A great hoard of treasure may be retrieved. So, wow, there's a lot of missions. Defeat the following lord in battle. Tharket the Underling, the Sunken Land Corsairs. Not seeing... Oh, it's this guy. Okay. The search for the wreck of the Vengeance is underway, and using the map we have gained from the shop in Sartosa, we have set sail to the shallow seas of the Dragon's Spine. However, upon arrival, we have spotted a ship flying the flag the Sunken Land Corsairs. What these pirates are doing in this very location is unknown, but it is perhaps a coincidence. But regardless, they stand before us and wreck the Vengeance, and more importantly, the star metal harpoon sunk within her. Oh no, what I was thinking was their crest is in fact mine. I guess they're here? Maybe? Yeah, I saw my ship off the coast of the Shrine of Loak and I thought that was Sartosa, but in fact, this is Sartosa. Yeah, chat's now saying, yep, that's you.
Aranessa Saltspite.
So we have 2 units of Sartosa Free Company, which have stats, and our Rowdy. What's Rowdy do? Isn't there a better overview? Ah, Rowdy. Type, augment. Duration constant, target self, +4 leadership, perfect vigor. Even when performing the most fatiguing actions, this unit never loses vigor. So as long as they are not wavering, they have perfect vigor, so they just don't get tired. And as we know, Arrrrnanessa Saltspite provides a big bonus to leadership for all people near her. It's one of her abilities, that one. Character leadership aura +12, which is a huge amount, so we definitely want to bring her up the inspiring presence line. She's going to be a battlefield commander. And also some other abilities. So she can get perfect vigor and also more hit points. Available 12, 9. A monkey jacket gives her a ward save. Then she can become a swashbuckler. Oh, this is just the combat stuff. Taunt, that's a reduction to enemy armor, melee, defense, and speed. Damage, defense, charge, melee. And then a bigger debuff. She can get the Kraken's Bane, which is a blade of some kind. She can ride a Rotting Promethean at level 9, and then get even more hit points at Tenacity. Now the question is, are these mutually exclusive? These two. It doesn't look like it. So we can go Mutant, which is the perfect vigor, more armor and weapon strength, nice. Upkeep cost reduction of Sartosan, Rotting Promethean, and Rotting Leviathan units. So it sounds like she has a lot of tanky creatures, which I approve of. Campaign movement. Ooh. Campaign movement and Lord Replenishment. That is a ridiculous combination. And also leadership for all Sartosan units as well. That's a ridiculous ability. Plus 15% ammo for Carronade Mortars and Queen Besp units. And then ability number of uses +1 for Norse Roar, Zufbar, 42 pounder, and Sartosa Grapeshot. Army abilities. Okay, well, she has a thing called Norse Roar, which I think is appropriate. And then more melee attack, ward save, and increased plunder from encounters at sea. Your worst nightmare. She's also a forger, which is public order -5 for enemy provinces. Income from raiding goes up. Income from all enemy buildings goes down when she is present. Even more campaign movement. Wow, she is fast. Melee defense +8, local recruitment +1. Bonus versus large. Unit experience for Sartosans, charge bonus for Sartosans, and then fire resist, melee attack for Sartosans, and then more missile damage. Recruitment, casualty replenishment, nice and early. Chance of stealing magic items, and also income from loot, so freeboots is quite strong. Income from sacking settlements. Just seeing if there's any other movement things. Construction reduction for shipbuildings, pirate crew growth +1, which I guess means that her own stuff goes up. And then Black Flag, even more campaign movement, because of course she does. It's actually going to be difficult to level her up completely. And then the Inspiring Presence, melee defense for Zombie Pirate Deckhand, and Depth Guard. Depth Guard sound really hardcore. Ammo, oh, should actually be looking at these. And leadership bonus. Ammo and missile damage for the shooters. Missile damage and ammo for the artillery. Physical resistance and melee defense for the tanks. Melee attack, missile damage, and charge bonus for the flyers. Weapon strength, melee attack, speed, and charge bonus for the bloated corpses. Those are the exploders. Avasti! Missile damage, leadership, and arm pierce for all allies around her. And then these are for the level 7s and above. Then all hands hoy. Well, we definitely want to get some of these early ones. I don't know necessarily about these. We'll see. So many of her support skills are so strong.
There, the lovely bride.
So we start with 2 units of Sartosans, a deck gunner's unit, range 245. How's that compare to anyone else? I can't tell. Oh, here we go. Oh, pirate gunnery. These are bombs, though. Range 55, so they're like the Dwarven Miners. Scurvy Dogs, which are literally just dogs. And then the Rotten Prometheans, which are the tanks, with their 120 armor.
I see the sea.
Which Vampire Coast Lord should you start with? I don't know. Quasar, man. This is literally the first time I'm loading this up myself.